Hello, I'm teacher Susie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing lesson 1 of my highly simplified approach to begin adding structured reading instruction to your ESL lessons. This is designed for students taking English 1 to 3 times a week. I know from firsthand experience that typical English lessons are already full. However, I have seen that providing students opportunity to learn and understand the rules to reading in English can greatly enhance their overall skills in pronunciation, reading, and writing. For now, I'm not focused on the meaning of words, but rather just the sounds. I'll focus on the meaning of words and comprehension when we start reading books. Let's take a look at lesson 1. Again, these are my highly simplified ideas to begin adding reading instructions to your lessons. Let's take a look at the lesson plan. We'll need to prepare sound cards in advance. You can simply write them on squares of paper, or you can design them on the computer. Step 2, students will create their own cards. It's helpful for each student to have an empty envelope to glue in their notebook in order to store the flashcards. Step 3, students will practice writing the letters and saying the sounds. Step 4, we will use the flashcards to make and write words. And finally, in step 5, we will build a sound wall in the classroom. This is what it might look like. Introduce the new sounds. I've included a visual for the vowel sounds. I also like to teach students to use their body for these special sounds. A says ah, like you're eating an apple. Ah. Students can also skywrite the letter. M says T says t. D says d. Go ahead and practice those a few times until you feel students are ready to move on. Next, we'll have students make their own sound cards. They can simply use a piece of paper to write the letters and cut them out. Glue an envelope into the first page of the notebook. We'll be using these sound cards in future lessons. Next, we'll practice writing these sounds. I like to have students label the top of their page as the lesson number. This helps us to stay organized. L for lesson, and we're on lesson 1. You can decide how many times students should write the letter. I'm just going to model 3 times. A, a, a. Mm, mm, mm. D, d, d. For very young children, you'll need to take time to model how to form the letters. Once students have completed this step, we're ready to put it together to make words. We'll use the sound cards to make and write words. Notice I'm continuing on that same notebook paper. The teacher will say target words listed on the lesson plan. For example, let's make am. What do you hear? Ah. Students can manipulate the sound cards and put them on their desk like this. And after, they can write the word. This notebook page will be a great tool to review sounds and practice reading words. Let's do another one. At. Add. Have them think through what needs to change. Add. You can continue this exercise by adding the words mat and writing it. Mat. If students are struggling, you can slow it down. A. We can switch out a sound. Mad. Ham. Tam. Not all of these words make sense in English. Again, we're focused on just the sounds and what students hear. Students who are struggling can use their hands to help them by blending the sounds. Tam. Adding a tactile can help some students achieve success with this activity. And we'll do one more. Tad. Which sound do we need to change? Tad. You can do however many words you have time for in your lesson. And now students have page 1, lesson 1, sounds and words to practice this week at home. We'll finish up the lesson by adding the sound cards to the sound wall. If you don't have a dedicated space, you could use a large notebook or a large poster paper that you can bring out just for the class. Adding the lesson sounds to the wall is a great way to have a quick review at the beginning or end of the lesson. D. And that's lesson 1. I hope these ideas are practical help for teaching reading in your ESL classroom. See you in the next lesson. Subscribe, like, and follow for more.